This is my 9.3 field crop.
So I couldn't get to a actual GPS system on our farm right now, as most of our equipment's put away. So here's an example of a John Deere GPS in a tractor, and as you can see, it shows the tractor in its exact position with its implement, and there's a lot going on this screen. So that's the center of it, and that's the field, obviously. And it's showing that none of the field's been painted on or done in this photo. So here down here is your settings on a GPS, and this can like the display controls the volume and brightness. The guidance, that's where you set your AB lines, and that's where you set your the implement size and the pretty much the angle that you want the tractor to be going on. Say if I wanted to be heading north, I'd set it to either 0 or 180 degrees, and then if I was sending it to an east-west line, then I'd set it to 90 or 270 degrees. Right here, oh shoot, there we go. Okay, right here is your auto track button. That is the button that you click if you want to go into auto steering, and for that to happen, you need to make sure that when you're steering, you're already near the line so it can hook up easily and it doesn't have to jerk the steering wheel or just turn the wheels a whole lot. You need to be kind of in the vicinity and going the right direction if you want to enable the auto steering. And usually you can turn the painting on and off, but usually what people do, they'll set it so whenever you turn the auto steer on, it'll begin painting. Unless you're doing an outside round, then you turn it on there and then do the outside round with the painting on so you can see where you've gotten so far. On this side of the screen, these buttons are to shift the tractor over, or to shift the line over here. And what this means is if the tractor starts missing, or the implement starts missing for whatever function you're using it for, say you're fertilizer spreading and you can see that you're missing or overlapping a little too much, you'd shift it over to the left or right, and if it gets to be too much and you want it reset, then you'd hit this one and that would reset your line back to where you started. Over here, these are all your different settings and data, because these are the PTO RPMs, and it shows pretty much how fast your PTO is going. This stuff up here is your fuel economy and your, actually I don't know what that is. Yeah, so that's basically, oh yeah, and up here is your satellite bar. So when you start up the GPS, the satellite bar will probably be at 0 and it'll take a few minutes to connect to the satellites and reach out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. These buttons up here are all just to control the display. Like this zooms out, this zooms out of the tractor so you can see more of the field, and this zooms into the tractor so you see less.
I'm going to show you how a standard GPS system works in modern farm equipment. GPS technology is one of the most important tools we use in agriculture because it helps us work more accurately and efficiently and waste less things like fuel and resources and like chemicals and fertilizer. GPS system has a couple of key functions. First, it provides guidance and auto steering, which keeps the machine driving straight at all times without the operator constantly having to like correct, and that usually leads to overcorrections, which leads to waste. Um, Second, it maps the field as you work, and this is beneficial so you don't have any overlap. Um, it also shows can show boundaries, obstacles, and the passes you've completed. Uh, it also controls sections of the equipment, turning them on and off automatically to prevent overlap, especially in sprayers. It also records data like acres covered, application rates, and field conditions. These things are usually seen in more modern models of uh, GPS systems. Uh, they they're usually in newer combines and tractors of pretty much any brand. How it's used in our operation, we use GPS during almost every field task. When we're seeding, it keeps the drill lined up perfectly and prevents overlap. When spraying or fertilizing, it makes sure we only apply product where it's needed. And during harvest, it guides the combine and helps you create yield maps and keeps the header straight. Um, it also pretty much all this information gets stored so we can make use for planning and decision making later. And this information can be important when you're record keeping. GPS technology increases efficiency in a lot of ways. Uh, it reduces overlap, which saves seed, fertilizer, and chemical. It cuts down on fuel use because we're not redoing work all the time or doing it more than once, like overdoing it. Auto steer reduces operator fatigue and lets us work a lot longer days and safely. And the data we collect helps us understand our fields better so we can make smarter decisions in the future.